What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. Fam, if you have not joined the Ghetto Boys podcast, you need to do so ASAP. Tomorrow, we have Tommy Davidson. Fam, this interview that we did with Tommy Davidson is so explosive. Man. Y'all gonna love this. Y'all gonna love this. There's a link right in the description. You can click on that link and it'll take you to the Ghetto Boys podcast platform of your choice, whether you're on iHeart, Apple, Spotify, whatever. You can check out the podcast. Make sure when you join that you share the podcast, you comment, you rate, all of that stuff, help with the algorithm and keep us, at the top of the pile. Also, there's a link there to join our YouTube channel to check out the visuals. We put a lot of clips out throughout the week, to give you guys, some entertainment on the visual side. So make sure you join the YouTube channel and subscribe, and tell a friend. In fact, tell an enemy. I kind of like when that happens. I like that it upsets them, what I'm saying? They get a little nervous and stuff like that, messes up their day, all of that kind of stuff. I shouldn't care like that, but I do. But it doesn't do anything to me. Like, it doesn't occupy any real space in my mind or anything because I'm too busy making things happen, But anyway, moving on, fam. This situation we have here in fact, let me make sure I got you guys here. I'm just talking and I don't want to go too far without making sure that you guys are there. Okay, yeah, cool. So we got a situation with two white women who just straight up bucked the police, fam. I mean, they bucked the police. Yeah, if you haven't seen the video, it's in the description. There's a link there. I mean, they straight up don't know what the whole ruckus was about, but the video starts with one woman being pinned down by the police, a female police officer. It looks like she's got it under control until the woman starts to kick. She starts to kick her, and then she kicked her again, and then she grabbed her by the hair, grabbed a bunch of her hair, and just pulled her. And the other cop tried to help out, and he punched her a couple times in the rib, but she grabbed her hair, and they started rolling down the stairs. I mean, pulled her, just grabbed a big old lock. And then they had her on the ground, and they still couldn't tame her. They tried everything. But except the things they normally try on black people, like punches to the face, stun guns, real guns, murder. They tried everything but that. But yeah, man, it was entertaining, to say the least. I won't say shocking because I've seen this before. They were kicking, especially the heavyset one. She looked like an MMA wrestler or something, MMA fighter. She was kneeing her in the face, knee to kick to the face. And then the other one, who was already handcuffed, she came and gave the other cop a piece of her leg and kicked him in the chest. He came over, knocked her down, and he just pinned her down. Though he didn't get on the ground and just milly whopper. You know what I'm saying? He just he didn't molly whopper. He didn't mop the floor with her, nothing like that. He just kind of held her down and put her on like, hold on, nice little white lady. Yeah. It was absolutely amazing. Family, I could not help but be distracted and taken aback to the year 2020, our Lord, where there was protest all over the country And the Black Lives Matter movement was in full stride. The police showed up with overwhelming military tactical force. We're talking about law enforcement all across the country. Chemical disbursements, rubber bullets, hand-to-hand combat on mostly peaceful protesters, some vandals and looters, but more than 14,000 arrests. Fast forward to January 6th, there's an insurgence on the U.S. Capitol. The U.S. Capitol is under attack by a domestic enemy known as Trump supporters. We're talking several weapons seized, improvised explosives found. There were members of Wilding mobs escorted from the premises. Some not even in handcuffs. They killed, 4 police officers died in this melee. They ran into the U.S. Capitol, the so-called building of democracy, pissed all inside of the chambers, took selfies with them at various politicians and congresswomen's desks. Just a few dozen arrests, some slaps on the hand. That was it, fam. That's it. Kind of reminded me of like the Civil War, when the government gave slave owners who was defeated. These are people who fought the U.S. government. They fought the U.S. government. They murdered U.S. citizens. They murdered members of the military. And after it was all said and done, they gave them land. And they gave them money. So they paid the slave owners reparations, not the slaves or descendants of slaves. They paid the slave owners reparations. This is the type of stuff that emboldens them, that makes them think, believe that they're so special, that the law don't apply to them when they don't want to abide by the law. See, the law is not really there for everybody. The law is there for them to circumvent, for them to do whatever they want to do, and to protect them. That's why the laws are there, to protect them. It's not to protect the people, the public. It's to protect them. And when they break the laws, they have to be really, really, really just overdone. Can't function in society for them to say, you know what? We got to get rid of you. I don't care what happens to you. Death penalty, whatever. These women were fighting the police. I mean, they was putting something on their asses. They was not playing any games with them. That one big one, man, she was so gangster. It took like 2 or 3 of them to hold her down. And she kept kicking, even after the handcuffs were on. How much you want to bet she don't do any time in prison? You got assault on police officer. I say it should be enhanced to attempted murder. You know, because you know how it is, man. You know, if a police officer hit you and break their wrist or scratch their arm or something, they're gonna charge you with attempted murder. So what I want to know is, why should we care about America just because we live here? Why should we really just care if we're not going to get equal justice? Well, you know, what the hell with equal justice? Why should we care if we're not going to get any justice? Why should we care? Why are we expected to be as patriotic as people who weaponizes their patriotism? Why should we care to the same extent? Why should we be patriotic when America don't afford us the same justice, the same consideration, the same empathy? Why? Why should we even be paying taxes? Why should we be paying for education? Why should we have to pay rent? I mean, you know, if you're going to do the inequality thing, I mean, just at least throw a little balance in there, you know, just to balance it off, like, so we could, you know, give us something for our troubles. We're not going to get the same protection under the law. Why are we paying taxes? Why are we, why are we feeding these police officers and funding their vacations and their children's tuition? Y'all can do what y'all want to do. But as for me and my house, we're going to change it up. We're going to do something different. Going into the comments. Who is that? Gabron. What up, Gabron? Tracy Smith in the building. What's up? Checking in from Facebook. We are simulcasting with Facebook and YouTube. It's been a while since I did a live. I was looking on my videos and it's been over 3 weeks. Man, it's crazy. I do enjoy these lives with y'all. Makes me feel a little bit more connected. You know what I'm saying? I'm like kicking it with y'all in real time. So I do enjoy it. It's just that I've been very, very, just overwhelmed, really. I've always been busy, but I've been overwhelmed for the last few weeks. So, but I did want to get on here and talk with y'all today about this situation here. You got two women. They're obviously uncivilized. Obviously, they cannot operate in a civil society. I mean, where is the love? Where is to protect the blue crowd? I haven't heard from them. They've been very silent. I mean, they've been pretty silent since January 6th. They've been unusually silent. I mean, just quite. I didn't know they hated the police that much. I can bet you $1 to a donut. Those same people, those same women, are part of that crowd. $1 to a donut. They really hate the police, but they use the police to do their bidding. But they don't like the police because they like to do whatever the hell they want to do. And when the police get in the way, they'll kill the police. They'll assault the police. Yeah, they'll do it. Miss Elvira. It's a bad name right there. It's a cold-blooded name there. Miss Elvira. Ernest Walker, what's up? Who is that? Quentin? What's up, Quentin Veal? What it look like, homie? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shout out to Phil Scott, African Diaspora Network. Shout out to Derek Muhammad, brother Derek Muhammad. Thank I think Craig Barnett is tuned in. What's up, Craig Barnett, Myron Hopes? Ryan Dant. Ryan Dant. All right. What's up, Tanya C? Salute. Keisha, who is that? Keisha Cork. What's up, Keish? Willie Minor the third. What's up, Willie? Hell of a name. Hell of a name. Tyler 23. What's up, buddy? Kennedy Monroe. Free my grandma. I ain't seen you in a minute. What's up, free my grandma? Santo. What's up, Santo? Garland, I see you. What's up? Janesta Coleman says she laughing out loud at dollar to a donut. I said, I bet you a dollar to a donut. See, y'all don't know. You got to hang around old folks, man. See, a lot of y'all be hanging around youngsters too much. You gotta hang around the old folks to get the game. The youngsters don't know no more than what you know. You know what I'm saying? You know more than what the youngsters know. You got to hang around people that know more than what you know. That's how you get the game, man. You know, gotta be okay with hanging around older people. See, a lot of younger people, they don't want nothing to do with older people. They don't want to hang around them because older people just be chilling all the time. They just always chilling. They sit up, watch television. They watch, some of them watch television like this. You know, they used to be white, they be kind of quiet. A lot of older people quiet. But if you get in a conversation with them, you start asking them some questions, they open right up. I be wanting to know because I haven't lived their life. I haven't experienced everything that they've experienced. So they know a lot of stuff that I don't know. So I'm inquisitive. I'll start asking questions, especially questions about the 60s, you know, any type of, any type of, you know, racist policies and stuff like that, or even not just that, but stuff that went on like on the club scene when they were coming up, who was running it, because there was a lot of black people own their own businesses and stuff back then. And, a lot of these towns were, a lot of black people were doing a lot better than they're doing today. And so, I like hearing those stories of these power brokers that were in the black community that was doing their own thing that you'd never hear about. But there are millions of stories out there where black people were doing their own thing and they wasn't really tripping, even in the face of all of this stuff that go on in this country and the stuff that we're subjected to by living in this type of society that we're in. Black people were thriving like we're doing right now. We've always figured this shit out. We figure it out. But I like hearing those stories. I love talking to older people. I love talking to old people. You can learn a whole lot from people who've already done it. People who's trying to get to where you're going. See, a lot of younger people, they love cracking jokes about old people. They love like everybody old. Like they act like being old is like kryptonite or something. Like being old is something you're not supposed to get. You shouldn't. Like I thought that was the name of the game, was to try to get that. They constantly criticize people who are up in age, who are older. I remember my son, when my son was like maybe 14, 15, when my son was 15, we had a conversation and he was talking about one of his sister's friends. And his sister was 19 at the time. And he said, "Oh, Dad, she's really old. She's really old. She's like 21 or something." I said, 21? Boy, if she's old, I'm Methuselah. Damn, 21? But that's how they think. If they're 15, if you're in your 20s, you old to them. If you're 20, if you're in your 20s and somebody's in their 30s, they're old to you. That shit is crazy to me. And they got constant jokes about older people. It's crazy. Like when I was young, we didn't talk down on older people. We just didn't do that. We didn't crack jokes about people being old and stuff. But that's a running theme today. Perhaps that's why so many youngsters end up dead, end up in the penitentiary, because they feel like, hell, man, I'm 19. I ain't seen it all, done it all. Ain't nothing else to live for, so I may as well die. Or I may as well do something stupid and go to jail for the rest of my life. I've done it all. Maybe that's why so many of them are falling off, because they don't see themselves being old. They don't see themselves at 70, 80, 90 years old. But I see myself being 80, 90 years old. That's why I hit that track in the mornings. Yeah, get out there on that track. Here I come, 3 miles. I got to get it. Eating that food. See, a lot of people my age, around my age, they falling off. They dying. They're like dying, and a lot of it is lifestyle. It's like like the eating lifestyle, the eating and drinking habits. A lot of people who are dying are killing themselves. So for me, I look at it like, well, rather than just basically eating and drinking myself to death and then end up having to go to the doctor and they tell me something is wrong, I'd rather like prevent it. It's easier, it's a lot cheaper to prevent illness than to maintenance illness. So for me, a lot of times I have to deny myself certain things that I want. I get urges, Believe me, I get urges, but a lot of times I have to deny myself because I'm not putting all this work in and for nothing. And I don't want to be I want to get to 70 something, 80 something, but I want to be a 70 something, 80 something healthy 70 something, 80 something. I ain't trying to be no decrepit dude. I want to be brisk with my movement. I'm talking about 80 like this, that kind of 80. I want to be that 80. You know what I'm talking about? Still driving, still styling, still can pull that thing and somebody run up on me and bang, Yeah, I want to be that 80. I want to be that one. I don't be no dude barely can walk and gotta have assistance and all that kind of stuff. Nah, I don't want to be a burden to anybody. I got it. I'm gonna handle it from here. Who is that? Fashida? No, is that Fajita? Fajita says, did you think you'd make it this long? I tell you, for a while there, it was, I wasn't sure because I was, if you hear so much negativity when you're growing up, it's like you want to defy the odds, but at the same time, it kind of, there's some trepidation there, like you're like, but you try to get there. So for the like all the way up until I got 30, I used to every birthday that rolled around, I wake up, I got him. I did that till I got to be about 30. And then after that, I it was just a matter of maintaining because if you think about it, most people, I would say specifically black males that grow up in the hood, if you can survive to 30, usually you can run the distance. You can, whether that distance be old age or, whether you end up, dying of some type of illness or whatever. But if you get to 30, typically you're not gonna end up getting killed or dying like a dog in the streets. That's one of them things that I was like, I don't want to be like, I don't want to get killed like a dog in the street. If I go out, if I got to go out with a bang, I want to go out like, I want to go out for a reason. I want it to be something real, like something honorable. You can say, man, he did that, and yeah, and he also did us a public service. Yeah, I want to go out like, if I'm gonna go out with a bang, it's like that, not just on no trivia, gun smoke. Now, I ain't trying to go out like that. That's stupid to me. That's dying in vain. That's stupid to me. I got killed because I stepped on some dude's shoe and I didn't say excuse me. He didn't say excuse me fast enough, and we just bumped and something got killed. Hell no, I ain't trying to go out like that. Not like that at all. But yeah, but you typically if a black male that grew up in the hood can get to 30, usually, he can escape that gun violence, getting killed. Because what happens is that normally when you get around 30, you've been, you stop going to the dangerous spots where people are violent all the time. A lot of the youngsters, man, especially the hood youngsters, they ain't got no sense. They don't know, they don't have a clue about conflict resolution. So everything to them, they settle everything with fists, guns, and insults. So, if you're out there, it's easy to get caught up. Then also, by the time you're 30, you probably got a kid or two, and you're more mature. You got something to live for. You probably got a wife or a steady woman or something. And you got something with you understand it's okay. It's not just about you. You spending a lot of time with her instead of spending time in the streets. So, that could be a good thing. Being in a steady relationship. That to me that trumps messing around with a bunch of women. Now, for a lot of dudes, that's a big deal when you're younger, But as you get older, and if you're type of person that like to grow, you like the idea of growth, then nobody will have to tell you about that. You will eventually catch your snap and be like, man, I think I'm better off just give me one ride or just give me one ride or die, man. Give me one, just give me one good one. See, that's where maturity kicks in. So that's why if you can get to that 30, usually you can avoid, that gunplay. You can avoid getting, clapped up and boxed up, if you can get to that 30. So when I got to be 30, I was like, okay, I got it. I think I got it. All I got to do is stay on pace, you know, just stay on pace and still stay out the way of the suckers, stay out the way of the crash dummies, because they everywhere. These crash dummies are everywhere. So I mean, they out there, man. They crashing into everything. So the best thing to do, it ain't about being afraid or nothing like that, because real cats know that there might come a time where you might have to get involved in something, even if you don't want to. A real soldier is a reluctant soldier. That means that I'm reluctant not because I'm afraid, but I'm a reluctant soldier because I understand that conflict is costly. So whether I win or lose, it's a cost. And real cats, they try to hold on to those resources and don't use those resources unless they absolutely have to. Because again, even if you win, you might take a L. And some of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. So, a lot of these cats on the internet that be doing all that bumping and clapping and just running, yapping and all that stuff, they don't know. They don't know any better. Some of them in their 30s, 40s, 50s, they don't know no better. They still don't know no better. So can't get caught up in all of that. Some of these dudes are tired of living. They're just tired of living. So, and if they keep campaigning, they're going to get elected eventually. So all you got to do is just sit back and watch. It always happens. I mean, it happens 100% of the time. It's like, it never not happens. All they got to do is just stay on that same pace that they're on, stay on that same trajectory, and they're going to get what they're asking for. When you get to be a certain age in life, it comes a time to where you realize, man, let me build something. You get to a point to where you no longer, take pride in destroying things. You want to build. You want to build. You want to leave a legacy. You want to have something for the babies, and you want to stick around as long as you can to pass the game on for as long as you can. Because even when you get your kids out the way, there's some information you can give your grandkids that your kids can't give them. So, real cats understand that. Most of the cats on this internet and beyond this internet, they just not built like that. They're not cut like this. So they don't even understand right now. What I'm saying right now is going over their head. They don't even understand. They just got a bad understanding. So there ain't nothing you can do about it. Just stay out of the way. They crash dummies. Stay out of the way. Let them crash into each other. Let them crash into each other. They're going to crash. Let them crash into each other or let them crash into a wall. But they're going to crash. Just get out of the way. Get out of the way and keep moving forward. Take care of your business. Don't let these clowns sucker you into nothing sucker. Don't let these clowns play you out, play you out your square. Don't let them do that. Don't let them do that. Because they take pride in it. You look at a joker who ain't going nowhere fast, who ain't got no life, who feel like, he ain't got nothing to live for, or she ain't got nothing to live for, and she don't give a damn, just don't give a damn. You better get out of the way. You better get out of the way. Some of these people I'm speaking of is in your family. Some of these fools are crash dummies, man. They'll pull out a gun and shoot at a repass. Get out of the way. Let somebody else kill them, or let them kill somebody else. Get out of their way. Don't be obligated. Don't feel obligated to accommodate family members. Don't feel obligated to hang around them. If you know these fools are crash dummies, get out of the way. You mess around and be sitting on the porch with them or sitting in the car with them. If they don't hit you up, somebody else might hit you up trying to hit them up. You better get out of the way. What's up, TJ? Richard Britt, I see you. Louise, what's up, Louise? Is that Louise or is it Louis? Louise. Luis. It's Luis. I'm saying Louise. It's Luis. Luis. That's what it is. I got you, bro. I got you. Luis. Anthony Pickens. What's up, Ant? What's good, Terrell? Jake Balls. What up? All right, fam, that's my time. What do y'all think gonna happen, fam? What do y'all think is gonna happen to these two women? I'm gonna do an update on them. I would be very interested to see how this case turns out. Personally, I don't believe that they're going to do any kind of time. Like, I'm talking about real time. They should be in prison for what they did. They should go to prison. But something tells me they're not going to go to prison. They're going to go to the court. They're going to do a whole bunch of crime, some sorries, apologizing, and all of that stuff. They're going to put them on some probation, community service. I think they might put them in jail for about 15 days or something. They're going to give them some type of jail time, but they're not going to prison. That's what I believe. Drop a comment, family. Let me know what you think. Make sure that you go check out the Ghetto Boys Reloaded podcast. Ghetto Boys Reloaded podcast is one of the top podcasts in the country, thanks to you. There's a link in the description. You can click on that and you can follow our podcast on various platforms. That one link will take you anywhere you want to go to check out the podcast. It'll also take you to our YouTube channel. Make sure you click on that YouTube link and subscribe. We going all the way in, fam. This episode that we have tomorrow, the newest episode is Tommy Davidson. Tommy Davidson went in, fam. I mean, he shared some heavy stuff. So you want to make sure that you check that out. You know, Tommy Davidson is a legend in the game. The roles that he played on in Living Color is going to go down in history. I don't care if 100, 200 years, 500 years pass. That stuff is going to be still funny. And you know, Tommy Davidson was a huge part of In Living Color's success. Personally, can't even see the show without him being on it. And we had the privilege of interviewing him, me and Scarface. We had the privilege of interviewing him for our podcast, and he did not disappoint. So you want to make sure that you check that out. Newest episode will be coming out tomorrow. I think it comes out, about 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. So that's 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 a.m. Pacific, West Coast time. All right, fam. I appreciate y'all for joining the live. Until next time, no more talk.